Hello everybody, Sean here, and we are looking at Velstadt, the Royal Aegis, one of the last fights you have in the game, and he's a big knight, and he does not like where you are going, so he does everything in his power to stop you, and his power is quite mighty. But one thing to note, and you can see it quite clearly, is that there is in fact a phantom you can summon for this fight. He is not terribly useful, but he is a good distraction, allowing you to get in extra hits, especially if you're a ranged character. That way you can just stand back and toss all kinds of magic at this guy. If you're a melee character, most of his attacks can be blocked by a shield. In fact, all of his attacks can be blocked by a shield unless you're using a very small shield and he does the overhead swing. That seems to bypass the shield, and I don't know if that's a clipping issue or if that's actually designed that way, but just something to note. Otherwise, it's a pretty simple fight of just dodging away from him or dodging underneath of his attacks. It's not very hard to do, or it's simply tanking through the hits with your shield, although they will require quite a bit of stamina. One thing to note is once he casts that spell, and you can see the aura now on him, it does make him stronger and his defenses do go up. It's not a tripling of his strength or defense, but it is enough where the second half of the fight is going to go slower and potentially you could get wrecked. You could see one hit drains most of my stamina now because he is quite a bit stronger. It's something to keep in mind. Again, if your Phantom has stayed alive, the fight will be easier. Unfortunately, my Phantom was tanking most of the fight. I did not have aggro on the enemy, so the Phantom did most of the work for me. Did get him down quite a bit though, so that was very nice of the Phantom. Again, dodging is always going to be the better option, so even if you are a heavy character, it might be worth coming into this fight with light armor on, or if you are a character with a heavy weapon, it might be worth dodging instead of just tanking through the hits, or whatever else you might do. One thing to note is that he is quite weak to magic. He's got a lot of armor on, so your physical attacks don't do much damage. So if you can magically charge your attacks with just basic magic, lightning magic, or fire magic, all of them seem to work. Dark magic he seemed to not take as much from, and fire magic to the same extent, not as much of a bonus to your damage, but definitely lightning and definitely basic soul magic gave a nice increase in damage. Poison and bleeding, I do not know, was unable to check those, but it is possible that you could potentially poison him, and poisoning bosses is one of the best ways to take them out. If you have not done so before, highly suggest carrying a poison weapon when you go into a boss fight. But anyways, that's Velstadt, a very simple fight, just requires a lot of good dodging and good blocking. I hope this helps you out. I thank you for watching, and we'll see everyone next time.